Hi, I'm Andy the Kenworth Guy. Thanks for coming by the channel today. So where the heck am I? I'm inside my pickup truck right now and we are headed to Southport, Manitoba. It's a small town south of Portage la Prairie in southern Manitoba. And we're going to a Air Force base and we're going to be driving a Kenworth T680 on a old airstrip or an airfield. And what we're doing is we're going to see what BENDIX has to offer with their technology called Wingman Fusion. What this is, it's a technology that's going to help keep a truck on the road. It's lane keeping and radar and so forth. Lots of different technologies. So I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more in the video. So let's go for a drive and see what's in store.
Alright, so here we are at the test track. We are going to be jumping into this truck and seeing what the BENDIX Wingman Fusion system does, so let's check it out. Hi, how's it going?
Oh, good.
Good.
Start out, we'll just do low speed FDAs, which we have the highway and the city mode, so under 37 mile an hour, that's the braking point. We leave off the longest following distance alert. And as I approach him, it will be moving under because we can't go very fast this direction anyway. As I drive up on him, once I get under a second and a half, I'll get my first alert. You see it right here. And then we get a little closer, we get a second alert. But even though we're way too close, if I don't run up on him, it quits warning me. But if I start to run up on him again, I get my alert. Slow down just a little bit. Even though I'm way closer than I should be, I'm not getting alerts. Okay? So now going back the other way, hopefully we'll be over the 37. Sometimes I can't quite make it just because of when I catch him. But as we go back the other way, we'll be hopefully over 37. You'll see that the first warning comes on at 2 seconds. And then we'll go to the 1.5 and the 1, but I'm going to drive on through the warnings on into an impact alert and then into collision mitigation. Yeah, we may not quite be over our 37. We didn't. But as I continue on in, that's the system doing the braking. I'm still on the throttle. Once we match speeds with him, it lets us go on our way. The whole idea is we're trying to prevent that collision. Now, if I want to pass him, once it's, intervening, giving me the warnings, I can steer around him and then it lets me go on my way. We'll do a low speed going back because we can't drive very fast going this direction. We're not allowed to. I got scolded for it already. Uh-oh. Yeah. So as we drive down through here, I'll go ahead and continue on in. Even though we're in city mode, we get the same kind of a thing. It could be him jamming on the brakes and me not paying attention, or it could be me just running up on him too fast. Yeah. If I continue to close the gap, when he gets down there and says, driver, you need to do something, it'll be on the brakes, slow us down, get us under control. Once we get under control, it lets us go on our way. Okay, now this time, having better information. Radar only, we used to take out 15 to 20 mile an hour. Now with the camera and the radar working together, we're taking out 40 to 50 mile an hour. In this case, we should be right around 40 mile an hour. We're taking out 35 to 40. That's all the speed we can get here. But as I run up on him, the same thing. It's going to start warning me, but it says, hey, wait a minute, driver. That guy's hardly moving.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you got the camera to prove my foot was still on the throttle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And another question, sometimes I forget to mention this. Notice all the chattering? Yeah. The rear axles are just hopping because we're stopping almost all steer axle brakes. You put a trailer on, you get just about the same stopping distance because now you've gotten the effective brakes to the rear of the tractor as well as the braking from the trailer. Okay, now we're going to do a lane departure warning. Camera, and plus having camera and radar working together as one system, you only get the main warning you need. If it's only a lane departure, it'll give me lane departure. If I'm running up on a forward vehicle, there we get our warning. If I use my turn signal, of course, it's going to cancel. Right. But if I were leaving the lane but running up on another vehicle, it's going to warn me for the vehicle, not the lane.
Right.
That's a lot more important to prevent the impact, right? Going the other way now, it's part of the same system, the lane departure, except we call it highway departure braking. If I get my speed up and do this, you just drift off into the area with no lanes. Number 37, I should get it. But if I drift off into an area where there are no lanes, it gave me the warning. Oh, that time I didn't quite get it. I turned the wheel. We'll go do it again. If you steer out, I steered out, which is bad, then it knows you're purposely leaving the lane. It gave me the audible alert for part way out, and then when I get halfway out, it gives me the second warning. But because I steered, then it doesn't know I was just drifting. You can hear it on that line as well. Yep. I'm going to do it again. And it's a little tricky in an area like this. You got a lot of other tar lines and everything else. So that's the first time I haven't gotten it the first try. Didn't get it that time either. Interesting. Okay. It may be because sun angle has changed or something. That next line over, you see there's another line. It may look like a lane to us. Okay, this time I'm going to come up and I'm going to run by the speed sign. And when I go by the sign, if I'm under 35 mile an hour, it's a 30 mile an hour sign. If I'm under 35, it'll just give me a visual on the dash here. If I'm over 35, it'll give me an audible alert. And if I'm over 40, then it's going to give me an audible alert, plus it's going to burp the throttle for a second. Kind of like a haptic warning. Okay. Yeah. I'll be 35-ish as we go by it. I need to stop and turn on here. There, you hear the audible alert, as well as it showed us the speed on the dash. It went away already. It shows you what the speed is, and it's not based on satellite GPS. It's actually the camera is reading the sign. Now at 10 over, like I say, and you notice it more if you're pulling a trailer. At 10 over, it'll actually burp the throttle as well. Here you can see like the sun is making this other line look like a lane line here. Oh, even though we don't have one. That's what gets confusing to it. When you get sun glare and things, obviously, you know, they look like lines. He's going to call that a lane line. Now, again, camera and radar working together. Radar only, we, you know, can ping away and it says, that thing moving down the road 60 mile an hour that I'm getting a good echo from better be a vehicle, right? But if it's sitting still, it could be a railroad rail, it could be a cattle guard, it could be junk in the road, it could be anything. Yeah. But with the camera working too, looking at it, saying, yeah, you hear it and I see it and it sure does look like a vehicle. Now we'll be running at him here at 40 to 45 mile an hour. missed my foot.
Yeah, you're right. I
See,
did.
it's still on the throttle.
Wow.
Once we get back under control, like stop, then it gives me back and off we go. Now, if I steer around him, it's going to let me have my throttle and my steering and everything comes back. I go off when I go.
Yeah.
If I steer to a blocked lane, say there was another car sitting here and I come up behind this guy and steer to the other lane where it's blocked, you know, it's going to continue to brake, because now we call it blocked lane, because it knows there's another vehicle there. As you're driving down towards the first vehicle, you steer towards the blocked one, it'll continue braking. Okay?
Cool.
Anything else? Thank you.
No, that's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks for the
You're
demo.
very welcome.
All right, so there we have it. There's this week's edition of the Kenworth Guy online. Appreciate you coming by and checking it out. If you like the video, subscribe, give it a like. And yeah, here's Cam, who organized this whole event here. This is Cam Mayer. He's our rep with BENDIX. So thank you very much, Cam, for putting this together. And yeah, have the world's best day.